Property manager steals $50,000 from landlord. REO of the week and NAR president Tracy Kasper resigns. It just gets better and better. I think. Yeah, let's get into this. Let's look at the REF of the week today, right now. Actually, let me do this. There. Let's take a look at the REWTF of the week. I have no idea why anybody would build a rock in a room, but there you go. It's ridiculous. I have no idea what the value is of that. I would have built around it or built, I don't know. Call me crazy. I think my contact's out. So yeah, I watched this video yesterday, and it was this guy who bought a fourplex, and word to the wise, right? You get what you pay for. This is a property manager who charged a lowly 5% instead of the standard 10 or 15%. And yeah, they started nickel and diming them and hiding money from him and not giving him money. And overall, at the end of a year, he dug in and found out that this property management company overcharged him by $55,000. So buyer beware, right? Be careful. The link is down below. You can absolutely look at it. If you don't see it, go to my blog. I would suggest, if you get into this business of investing and you buy property that's outside of your area, definitely get a property manager, but also be very careful about who you hire. All right, let's get into the next one. Cameraman, bring me in. There you go. REO of the week. REO of the week is Leimert Boulevard. It's $1.5 million. It's been on market a whole 5 days. It's something to take a look at. This is a nice looking house. It's a 2-bedroom, 2-bath, and 2,500 square feet. And let's take a look at it. That's your view. So you're paying for the view, not necessarily the house. There you go. Again, if you want to look at more pictures, etc., this is a standard looking house, but when you're up in the hills, you get to ask for a premium. It's $1 million view. That's $1 million view, guys, right? Problem is, it's only a 2-bedroom. It's fairly old. It's not updated. So what you're buying is the land. Oh, I don't like that at all. What is that? That looks like either a walkway. I'd have to go take a look. But yeah, you're pretty much buying something that you're going to have to continue to fix up. It looks like it's been maintained, not horribly, but just lack of maintenance there. Looks like it's a decent property, though. Remember, when you're buying REOs, you're not going to get a perfect house, period. You're buying it as is. You're buying it from a tertiary buyer or seller. They've never been to the property. They have a real estate agent taking care of, cleaning out, doing minor repairs, but there's no inspections. So you're buying this thing as is. See if it sells quick. Take a look at it next week. Wednesday. So amid allegations of a blackmail message that went to this new president, if you recall, last year we had a president at NAR who resigned because of sexual harassment and other allegations. He stepped down. Tracy Kasper took over, and there was a threat to disclose past personal non-financial matter, which, I'll let you in your imagination decide what that means. But at the end of the day, blackmail is not I guess it's illegal, but at the same time, it's one of those things. Now, NAR continues to get punched in the face. And I know I follow a lot of people that are consumer advocates, and I'm all for that. And I think we need to step back and take a better look across the board, not just California, all the states, across the nation, hence National Association of Realtor, come up with some better guidelines that fit how we protect the consumer when they buy houses. And from the buyer broker agreement to negotiating to protecting both sides. 100 years ago, it was completely different, right? You hired a broker to find the buyer, and that was it. And then we brought in the MLS, which before the internet, it wasn't as prevalent. You'd have to go to a broker and get any kind of listings that were there. And obviously, the agent's role was to present all the properties available, but you would want to sell the broker's listings or other agents' listings in that office first. And that was their primary goal. Allowing it to go on the internet allowed us to go spread it across and bring in any buyer to sell any house. And there was a couple lawsuits about agency and who's representing who. And if you bring in the buyer, what's your fiduciary duty to that buyer? Can we do dual agency? And then further down the road, we had aggregate sites like Zillow and Trulia and Realtor.com, which is not owned by NAR. It's owned by a third party. And they sell leads back to real estate agents. Now, understand that if you do sign up for those leads or that for more information on that, you're not going to get one agent calling you. You're going to get 5 or 7 agents harassing you, calling you, and pestering you at all ends of the day until they finally die off, and then you'll wind up going with one, right? That's just the way those sites work. If you're in the mode to buy a house, it's always better to talk to somebody that's a referral, so somebody that's trusted, because you work with these agents. They don't care about you. They're just looking for money. They're just looking to sell a house, get you into the house as quickly as possible, make you buy as much as possible, and get you in and out. You want to work with an agent that's referred or trusted. And that's why I do these, because I want to make sure that we keep our profession above board. And it's just really difficult because the way that's set up is that we're set out to bring in as many people into the business as possible. So we have a low barrier to entry, and it makes it more difficult for professionals that have been around for a long time to do the right thing and still do business. These people come in, do a crappy job, they bribe people to do business with them, and nothing ever good comes of it. And that's why realtors have a bad name. As a matter of fact, I was telling one of the agents on my team that I'm going to stop using the brand Realtor on any of my disclosure, because I think it's until they change their ways, I'm not going to be a part of it. I have to be a part of it to be on the MLS. It's one of the MLS and my association's rules. But until that changes, and if they don't make any changes, I'm going to continue to move on. So they put another person in place. Let's see how long he lasts. We do have this thing called a code of ethics, and we have ethical training every year or every other year or something like that. We got to go through it. But look, you always treat the person that's in front of you the same way you want to be treated. If you're a lead gen, if you go to a lead gen agent, they're there just to get your sale, just to get your business. I'm here for the long haul. I want to educate you. I want you to feel comfortable and know every step of the way. I take a lot of time and pride of presenting the entire process so that you are comfortable going through the process from start to finish and all the way down the road. It's just part of what I do, right? So NAR needs to do better, right? I'm not besmirching them. I think that they are like every other large company or corporation or organization. They have their ways of doing things. And I think this is yet another black eye to say, hey, step back and correct the course on what you're doing. What value are you giving the consumer? You state you're there for the consumer, but further define that, and teach us as a profession to do better. Enough said. Okay. Market snapshot. We have 40 houses or 99 houses that are over 40 days on market, and half of those are 90 days on market. REOs are 56 in the Bay Area, and all of California is 146. You're going to see that our numbers right now, our active numbers, are dwindly low. They're super low. If you look, last year we averaged 327 houses on market at any given time, and right now we're at less than 100. That's not normal. It's been something that we've been talking about over the last year, that supply, 2 years, that supply is a problem. And we go through that all the time, right? I've explained that to you. We had 41 closes last week, 37 on average. Last year, we averaged 60. And I'll keep on going back to this bar. This was last year's numbers, and they're not exact because I missed a couple of weeks, but this is just a good indication, a good average, so you can kind of get a rule of thumb or a good feeling of where we are. Last year, the same week, we had 43 closes. Last week, we had 54 closes. We only had 33. Further evidence that there's less supply. Houses are selling, right? I mean, we have, and this is all a Bay Area, right? Take a look at this real quick. Santa Clara County, less than $3 million. So it's not a huge amount of money. Average list price is 1.724. Last year, our average sales price was 1.6. So all of a sudden, we're already overboard. And we're up again. And our difference from last year's average sales price is over $10,000. Last year, we were $1,400. It's actually a little bit less, but there you go. Median price is 1.77. The high listing was 1.32. Let's see if I can find that. Oh no, we're not. Oh no. And pendings are 17, and list price decrease is 23, and TFTs are 16. So there you go. All right. So today we talked about houses. We talked about REWTF. Property manager stole $55,000 from one tenant, from one client. Be careful who you hire. It's very important. Again, it's a trust issue. We have to do better. NAR president stepped aside again, and we have another person interim in place. And business is doing well. Real estate's still selling. We just don't have enough demand. I'm Vito with Avitano. We'll see you out there.